We're live.
Waiting for the report.
Can everyone see Heidi?
Check, check. Check, check.
Hello.
It's not live on my end.
Not live on my end. Takes a minute. Oh, there we are.
Something going.
Hey.
I got a commercial.
Hi. Oh, it's got a delay to it.
Yeah, sometimes it's about 5 seconds or less, but it'll go to commercial.
I gotta fix my top. What's up, guys?
Check,
Hello?
check. So you
Can
got
you-
it on the computer?
Yeah.
Computer?
Yeah.
Computer? Man.
Computer?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's trippy.
It's trippy.
Computer? Yeah. Computer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check.
This is what we see.
I got a commercial.
And then I don't have a commercial.
I always get a commercial when I log in, and I feel like I'm
Hold
delayed.
on, I'm broadcasting out here. You can as well.
Oh, wow. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. We have Heidi here today. How do we sound?
Check, check.
How do we sound?
Oh, microphone's over here.
Would help.
I've got this one.
Hello.
I'm trying not to low talk.
Microphone.
For those of you that get
check.
annoyed because we do the beginning hello sound check, just log off
Tough.
now. Just log off now because this is what we go through.
Look, I'm not even here yet. This is amazing.
Wow.
Oh my God, you're like Marty McFly.
Look at this. I could do
Look,
anything
he
right now,
he
and I'm
disappeared.
not here yet.
That's weird, dude.
Amazing.
So we really
My phone's on a certain delay. My phone's on a certain delay. That's delay.
delay. Projection.
Oh my God, we're
I
having.
could do this all
We're
Right. We are splitting the time-space continuum right now.
So since I'm not working on anything, Jamie's going to take the reins, and I'm going to read some comments.
Yeah. So hi. So welcome back to our Wednesday live. We had some things come up last week. Last week actually was a really big week for us, for everyone in the car community, and for us as well. So we all know that Gene passed away last Monday. May he rest in peace. So we're dedicating this show to him. Heidi was trying to get to California in time to see him before he passed away. Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
No.
Yeah. So, so the world lost definitely a gem of a human and just a visionary, incredible person. And Ian and I really haven't spoken out about it on YouTube because it takes time sometimes to process. So we're speaking out now, and may Gene rest in peace.
And I feel like this week, I feel like we continued the Gene legacy.
Yeah.
We created,
We just had fun.
Yeah, we had a blast.
Yeah. And
So-
then, as you all know, Ian and I, last week, we got the call from the Letterman camp. Hi, Dave, if you're watching, what's up, friend?
Yay! Hi, Dave.
To do the interview with him. So we did that on Wednesday. That's why we didn't do the live. And we didn't want to broadcast it because we wanted to wait and see the interview. So
Yeah,
It was
what's
super
up.
cool.
I've been working on a whole bunch of stuff. We got 2 videos in the can, so to speak. So when do you think? Maybe over the weekend we'll release those?
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Heidi and I and Jamie, we all worked on some stuff. If you follow the socials, you saw the awesome wheel covers that we're collaborating or rather conspiring on.
Conspiring.
So not a final product, but we got a good thing going. We're going to polish those rims and oops, nope, nobody knows what happened yet. We're still going to continue working on that.
Yes.
Yeah, don't want to give it away yet. But yeah, Heidi is the plastic fantastic fabricator, etc. artiste. And yeah, we got some cool stuff. If you saw the dashboard on the Bug, those spirally things, we continued that. It's going to continue into the final paint on the Bug as well. So that's kind of what we're up to. Some creative colors.
And it was super cool working with Ian because he comes in with just this idea and like, well, what do you think you can do? And then boom, do. So yeah, exponential creativity.
It's happening.
Yeah, plastic fantastic.
Plastic fantastic. So, so we're here. I've been telling Heidi all this week that she's been with us that I want her to share with you guys because there's so many of you that are so kind to her in our community and are always like, hey, what's up, Heidi? And I wanted you guys to meet her because she is a real person. We are real friends and collaborators. And so I wanted her to just talk about her art a little bit and just what she does. So if it interests you and you're in needing of her work, you can hit her up.
And I'll be fielding any questions.
Okay. So, well, I do all kinds of different art. And I usually, I consider myself a channel, an intuitive channel for the person with the project. And in Hot Rod World, I do, oh, you name it. Like, we've got these crazy additions to the Volkswagen, custom badges and van community. Like, when you are ready to brand your vehicle with its name, that's my jam. I love that.
The first thing I saw was the elusive. You want to put the special, like, you know, a Econo line on the van or something. You want something like that badge. When I saw you doing that, that was one of the first things. It was like, this is the move. It looks chromy and deluxe.
Yeah, it just takes it to that next place. And I don't know, I really love what we did with the dashboard. I'd love to do some more interior work in hot rods, like custom pearl dashes.
And that's just the beginning of the book, too. I mean, that was just a test to see.
Yeah.
I got a lot more ideas for sure.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
So for me as an artist, I mean, you name it. But I do have a foot in hot rod world because I was a painter back in the day, and that's always been my world. But it goes like crazy holographic light display. Like when Gene was passing, what I wanted to do was come to his bedside and create this holographic rainbow window as he transitioned. And unfortunately, I didn't get to do that. But these guys also have a piece of that installation.
I was gonna say, you did it at our house.
Now we have it at our house.
Yeah. So
if you think about the beaded curtain scenario, it's even cooler than the beaded curtain. It's amazing.
Yeah. Just some trippy stuff. But yeah, so I love to create. I love to collaborate. I love to hear your ideas and then throw back out to you. Hopefully, whatever you're looking for.
Ryan Valley is asking if you got license plate holders or frames.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. I was telling Ian the other day, I'm hoarding 2 vintage chain link license plates because I'm going to bang those out
with us with the steering wheel.
Yeah,
yes. And that's going to be some sort of prismatic magic. So they're waiting for the right job. And a couple of Cobras. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So yes, definitely.
Yeah, Heidi is a very big in thrifting. She always finds the cool stuff at the thrift store. Like she is the person that goes and finds the cool things.
I think it calls my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just go find it. Yeah, there's some amazing stuff out there. Branch into that kind of artwork too. Mm-hmm. Assemblage of vintage pieces but Hot Rod World is my jam.
Yeah, there's no way to put up a little tag on how to reach you, but on Instagram it's the Chooky Hand.
The Chooky Hand.
Right.
Yes.
On Facebook, it's the Chooky Hand.
Ooh, Unique Coaches is on it. Got the chookyhand.com.
Oh,
Sam, thank you. Yeah, and website, thechookyhand.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what he put up here.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So yeah, the best way is just reach out and say, hey, the website's just a landing spot. It really isn't. It's got some examples, but it's not where the magic happens. Yeah. It's not, but it's
we got people chiming in from all around the world to say hello. So
hello.
I love how you get to be the comment reader today.
For once, yeah. Usually I'm there bending metal and whatever. I was moving some stuff today in the shop, and Heidi arrived just as I smashed the garage door almost off its hinges.
Oh no!
So I may be in less than a great mood right now.
I noticed you were like a little like in a mood when I got here, and then right when we got here, when I got here. Z came over with those torpedo looking.
Oh my god, yeah.
Pieces.
We got some really big parts for little Jewel. Wait till you see them.
We'll show it in our next video because we have the camera stationary today.
Yeah.
But Z showed up with his kind crew, young men, and they just had some really cool.
I think it's
parts.
landing gear. It's huge.
It looks like
yeah,
landing
it looks like
gear.
landing gear.
It's pretty incredible.
But they roll up like, like a food truck in an
Yeah, they're just like,
industrial
"Here you
park,
go."
and here's some airplane parts, Yeah.
Pretty
Super
interesting.
freaking cool.
Heidi, do you have a custom ride?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
40 Mamba is asking.
Why, yes, I do. I have, and it's not super custom yet, but I have a 1992 Chevy G20 conversion van right now. And it's straight up pimp wagon. It is. It's really sweet. It's kind of got like a rose colored velvet interior and the old, like trimmed out teak. And right now I'm rolling in that. But I've had other hot rods in my life. It's been
One thing
many.
I've come to know being 54 years old, maybe I don't want to travel in a 1960s vehicle across country.
Hurts.
Well, my brother
Yes.
Jason, if you're watching this, he always says that when he retires, he's gonna come across like from Illinois to here in his little Volkswagen. I'm like, yo, times have changed since you did that 30 years ago.
I know. I drove around the
It's
country in my
scary.
Volkswagen. This is when I was 22 years old, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
Those
your rig
Teslas
is
and
not a
other-
trailer queen, so there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, but when I like, I prefer that, like the gas mileage compared to my grocery getter. I like to boogie out in the van. It's just plush and super nice.
So Ian, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Jim Schroeder asked, Ian, just wondering, do you ever pop out subpar work in order to, oh, I lost it.
I saw it just scrolled. I was reading it too.
Unless, oh, he took it out. Oh, you don't have to, no, that's all right, Derek, it's okay. Do you ever pop out subpar work, in your opinion, in order to satisfy production?
Whatever it takes, baby.
That's part of the reason why
I'm not a
he's-
perfectionist.
Yeah. And with the show, that was part of the thing. That's why he wanted to go to YouTube.
Yeah. A lot of the work that I have done has been subpar via the time frame allotted. So
Right.
I'm trying to get away from that.
I mean, it was probably good in like a lot of people's standards, like in their skill set, but for you, you felt like it was subpar.
Well, I didn't even realize before I got turned on to these reading glasses, the welding I was doing was horrible. Seriously, because you know how to weld, you're listening, right? Just used to it, and then I'm watching on the big screen TV, and I'm like, "Who's this clown?"
That's
Seriously.
okay, Derek. No worries. Ian, like part of the channel and being authentic is Ian is just being really honest about his time in Full Custom Garage, time on television. I think that's kind of the wave of the future is
And I
reality
think TV
is-
and the internet and everything has put some hype on me that shouldn't really exist. It's like
Agreed. Yeah.
just a guy doing my thing. It ain't no perfectionist struggle.
Now let's talk about Dave though. Dave loves what you do, which is it was so fun to talk to him in depth this time around. Because when he came out for the
Just like
show,
a circus clown, it's entertaining. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
he just thought what you do is so neat, and what you do is so neat. But
It's fun sometimes. Let's put it that way. It's a
Well,
good job.
I liked yesterday because you had this vision, and all of a sudden there's all these holes drilled in these plates and all these things, and boom, we have a suspension. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
like
it's-
that's-
I forgot to mention to Heidi and Jamie exactly what we're doing. So yeah, the blueprint was working here, and they're just like, I don't know, just.
I
drill
just
holes
edit
all
it. I
along.
figure it out at the end of the
Right.
end of the
That's
run.
something.
he's wizarding, totally
Something.
wizarding.
Yeah.
See what else? Do we still have our dog? Yes.
Yes, we have 3 dogs.
Oh,
currently. You'll
yeah.
see them occasionally.
Lil got to be here during the Letterman interview because at the time, why did we bring her down? Because wasn't her and the other two, they were kind of.
Somebody bit Shadow in the neck.
And then no, but the week before, for
Yeah.
Mr. Letterman, when we were interviewed by him, we brought her because somebody had bit Lil in the eye,
We're having some fights.
and now
with these
Lil,
dogs.
somebody bit Shadow in the neck. Anyway,
Yeah, that's why the dogs have been separated.
yeah. I'm gonna miss
Marty
that.
B is asking if Jamie and Heidi are learning to weld. Are you guys learning to weld?
you know how to weld.
I know how to weld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heidi installed the floors on the Cadillac
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
prior lifetime in a different shop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a funny story, actually. Because I was supposed to be I was staying with these guys, and I was going over to Gene's shop to help him section the Volvo. and I got flooded. I couldn't even move my car. And so I was like, hey, and you got to grunt work in the shop. And then I get graced with the whole, the welding in the Caddywack chassis.
Yeah, you did.
That was awesome. I had a great time.
Yeah, and now Victor, you all know the Caddywack project. Victor has that, so yeah, it's going to be evolving. It's got some Alan in it. It's got some Heidi in it. It's got some of me, some of Victor. Did you work on that, Jamie? Did you do anything?
What, on the Caddywack?
Yeah, I know
No.
we're messing around with stuff.
I just did cool
occasionally.
content on
Yeah.
YouTube with spaghetti western music. That's what I did.
But that's one thing I would like to say to everybody about these two are collaborative, inclusive, like it's an art jam and it's such a treat.
Yeah, this is the first time that we've actually had someone here while Ian and I are creating content together and really seeing how we do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty chill.
Pretty simple.
It really is. It's
what
just
you see is what you get.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Corey, we have not had a chance to sand the roll-on primer yet, unfortunately.
No, we gotta
Elo's
get
creation.
to that. Yeah, we gotta get to that. We haven't even finished primering the Zephyr because I got other things going on, but we're gonna prime pretty soon.
P.O. Box, somebody's asking for our address. I'm just putting it in. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, there was that one time where somebody asked about our address and Jamie typed it right in
Boom.
on the comments.
Yeah.
Oops.
Perfect.
Does Victor have a channel? No, he does not.
Oh, Victor's too busy working.
Right.
Like an honest working man. We're over here hosting the party.
And David Klein, that was really nice. He found you through Johnny Jalopy.
That's
And
cool.
he loves
Yeah.
VW buses and he's working on a double cab project. And you've been a big motivator. Good
Heck
job, Ian.
Yeah, Johnny Jalopy's cool. If you've seen the collaborations we've worked on, he's a cool cat. Especially that number 5 project. That was just crazy.
Yeah, hell of a good artist.
Heidi, do you make 3-dimensional hood ornaments?
Why, yes, I do.
Yes.
I've seen other things where you've stacked the plastic in a lot of different layers as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about maybe a printer, right? A 3D printer of sorts, maybe something like that.
That or sculpt it and cast it. That can be done. And then I actually have a template for 50 shoebox Ford hood ornaments too.
Cool.
So
Yeah, so if you guys are interested seriously in anything that you think is something Heidi could do, most likely she can do it, and hit her up.
Somebody's asking, where is that interview? I think they're referring to the Letterman interview.
Oh,
See
link that.
R33V01V3. Just go to the channel on YouTube, Letterman, and you'll see it's the most recent
And I
one.
just put it in the link in the chat, and then I'll put it in the description of this video as well.
Cool. Yeah,
Got
usually
it.
I'm fiddling around in the background doing stuff while we're doing the live, and really not that entertaining. So
I'm not
on
on.
the questions. We need more questions.
We need more questions.
I'm the keyboard person in Maryland while it's happening usually.
Yeah. So somebody asked, what is the next? Actually, somebody, it was Brian from Kuyan Customs, that wanted to know what is the next step in the bug.
Well, we got these tires and rims pretty much figured out, but I need to get onto the structure under the back. We did that whole rear pan, but it's still, it's there, but it needs to be way more structure. And then we're going to connect the roof, I think, now that we got the majority of that stuff done.
Ooh,
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, and the video coming out this weekend.
It'll be fun.
It'll be so cool. Yeah.
Hi, Johnny Jalopy. Ooh,
What's up,
he said, hey,
Johnny
hi from
Jalopy?
work. What's going on, man?
Hey,
Make sure
Johnny.
Make sure you don't get found out that you're at work, because Jamie almost got fired because somebody made a comment on her prior career.
I fired myself.
You almost got fired in a past life for looking at your phone at work.
For having a
forbid.
life.
Someone's asking, or Mad Secret Lab is asking, since you're a sculptor that works on vehicles, have you thought about doing pure sculpture? Maybe a radical art car, drivable version of your logo? Mad Secret Lab, the answer is yes.
That is,
We have a giant satellite dish, and I'm going to do it someday.
Yeah.
Hot Rod UFO, guaranteed.
Yeah, we have to do like the logo. And Ian has built many art cars for Burning Man. So one of them, I think I think it would be the most notable one is the one-eyed monster.
Yeah, that was pure
So
art.
if
Yeah.
you look up one-eyed monster, Burning Man, you'll get to see it. It's pretty cool. It's really neat to see it rolling around in
And
Playa.
that was a sculpture. Remember, we had the little one-eyed monster that Stone built,
Uh-huh.
and that was the impetus for the giant art car.
Yeah.
It's 30 feet tall.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty neat to see it. And they're bringing it out there this year. And did they have it out there last year?
I don't know, that camp, it's a new camp that owns it, and they're going through some transitions
Yeah.
too. So Kurt Kish cannot hear us at all.
Uh-oh.
Is his
What?
volume on? Is your mute button on, Kurt? Can anyone else not hear us?
Uh-oh.
Is his
What?
volume on? Is your mute button? We hear it perfectly.
We can hear it. Your mic is at, you need to put your mic closer to you.
Yeah.
We can hear it. Your mic is at, you need to put your mic closer to you.
Yeah.
He was right, you were right, Kurt.
Oh, Kurt, thanks. Good luck.
It was Kurt.
I mean, they're microphones. Put them on. I made Heidi put on her microphone because she's a low talker. So I've been fussing at her all week. Talk louder. Talk
I
louder.
don't know. Like I'm just usually in my head, so.
No, he did sound a little echoey because it was so far away.
It's probably
And I'm
competing
just a
between
loud
microphones.
mouth at times, so you can just hear me.
Hmm.
I put Heidi's microphone over here so then I could just like talk in it.
And that's why we're sitting in the office too. There's a pretty big echo in the shop, so we're just
Mhm.
trying to make it better.
Yeah, so let's see. Do you think making a custom motor scooter body would be a good learning project?
Definitely. I think the easiest thing to do is if you're looking to make a vehicle, start with something that's completely stock, runs perfect, tires hold air, and embellish it. So yeah, it's a great idea.
Mhm. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So what other questions do you guys have? So we're not gonna take up too much time today. We know that when these kinds of lives, they can just go on and on with people talking. And Ian and I, we're not really interviewee type people.
Not a heck of a lot. Yeah.
We
it's
like
just
to do
kind
the
of a-
lives where we can like move around. But with Heidi here today, and she's gonna be getting out of here soon because we have a winter storm coming up into the mountains. So
potentially 9 inches of snowfall.
I hope so.
And if you saw my snowplow, we did our snowplow episode. It works.
It works. It did not break. It
It
works.
didn't miss a beat.
Right.
People were giving me flack because the snowplow was narrower than the wheels on the little vehicle. But again, we had 4 inches of snow. I didn't want it's a small little ATV thing. I don't want it to be overwhelmed by the weight of the snow, right? So smaller plow, less push. It works perfect. It's all-wheel drive. It's fine. We get so many comments. Plow needs to be mounted below the center of the vehicle for the chassis and this and that, and works fine.
And I wanted to say, since I'm typing it in the chat, so I keep on putting up our link to our store today and into the next week. If you use the word art, ART, all capitals, and checkout, you get 10% off your order. We have some cool stuff in the merch store. All of it was designed.
Someone just asked, Doug Little asked, okay, I gotta know, is there a story behind our UFO logo? Yeah, there's a story. I'll start it. We can
Okay.
do it like this, right? Maybe back and forth in a circle.
Yeah.
So it started off because for simple logo, you want kind of an iconic image, right? Something's identifiable. Jamie and I worked on the first one, which is a very simple UFO shape that looked like a fried egg.
It did.
Confused a lot of people.
It did look like a
Then
fried
Jamie
egg.
started talking to Heidi, and the story developed.
Oh yeah, so it was really funny because we began talking because I had made these little plastic UFOs, the Lucky Charms, and when they came into play, and then something in me was like, this needs a monster arm and a shifter knob, and I'm like, I might really piss these people off, but here goes, and I shoved it over, and it's now the logo.
We absolutely loved it.
And it's gone through a few incarnations as well. On our big banner, there's actually a cool eyeball in the shifter knob, and there's been
Yes.
different variations of it, but yeah, it's just out of this world, right? I mean,
Yeah. And then how it got animated was there's a guy in France called Corvette Mike. Hey, if you're watching.
Hey, Corvette
And
he
Mike.
made it happen.
We started the YouTube channel, and one day in my inbox on Instagram, he sent me the intro, and he's like, I made an intro for you. I hope you like it, and it's free for you to use. And we opened it, and we're just completely blown
Super
away. And it's like not even, it's just his passion to like animate. So then he made all the outros. So like the Johnny Jalopy, some of the Johnny Jalopy art that you see is part of the outro. So yeah, so all of it's just been a collaboration. But the UFO that Heidi made for us, like we were like, yes, that's it. That's the logo.
We got a question from Howie Viking, and I think we can all respond to this in one way or another. Do you do shipping to Australia?
Yes.
Jamie, do we do shipping to Australia?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's the news on that.
It's expensive though to go to Australia. I'm
It's
not gonna tell you.
really expensive.
I get a lot of emails about how expensive the shipping is overseas, and I have zero control over that. And actually, because I have a subscription with Shopify, that shipping is actually discounted for you already by me paying for a subscription. So
When we were doing our own T-shirt shipping, it was crazy. We would get orders from all over the place, and it's just, it's wild how expensive it is.
yeah, we ship. Sorry, it's so expensive. But
Yeah.
UK is asking, do we ship to the UK? I think
Yes.
so.
Yes.
let me
Yep.
drop that link in. And yeah, and like you can use a 10% discount. I know it doesn't get you a ton, but it can offset the shipping. So that's
Mike
kinda
Walker
how I
is
look at
asking if anything is happening in the shop today.
it. This is it, man.
It's pretty quiet out there.
We moved around some metal.
Yeah. In case you're just joining us, I smashed the garage door, and I'm in a really lousy mood because I almost took it off the wall with the trailer. So
How did that happen? We didn't even talk about this.
because our neighbors parked their truck right in the way of the door, so I have to come into the shop with the trailer on an angle, and I was just not thinking. I was making the turn out, and you know the trailer lights stick out the side of the trailer. It hooked on the door, and yeah,
That's right when I pulled in, so I stayed in the car for a minute.
that's
Yeah.
what's
And I was
happening in
getting
the
chicken
shop
tenders. I wasn't
today.
even here. Ah, interesting.
Yeah. Any bumper stickers yet? No, that's a great
No.
idea.
I'm
You have some regular
working on
stickers.
it.
Yeah.
No, Jeff, we are not going to be going back to Iowa. We were invited there once, and then we haven't been invited since. I don't know.
Crazy awesome show though.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
show. It seems like, I think they, like bringing out, Derek from Vice Grip Garage. He's like their, like, usual celebrity, like, person. So, we ain't as cool as him, evidently.
So that's a good question about because we met through our mutual friend Marty, right? How long have we known each other? Seems like lifetimes.
I know. So probably 4 years.
It's interesting when people are friends. Just like I don't even know. Like how did we even meet?
Well, we didn't know each other in 2020 because remember I was telling you about my bout with the valley fever and COVID and all that. And so we met, I think, like later in that year in 2020,
Yeah.
maybe 2021.
It was like right at that crossover there. Yeah, exactly.
Because I didn't know you when I was sick like that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's just interesting, like great minds. Marty, if you don't know, he's never been on the show, but he's a really talented machinist, the vintage machinist, and he made the axles on the Blue Demon. He shortened the axles. He made the spindles on the Blue Demon. He's done a bunch of other really, not really the hero of the story, but it wouldn't happen without a really good machinist. So a bunch of the projects we've done, he introduced us. He's like, you got to meet this girl Heidi. She does some crazy cool stuff with plastics. You got to check it out.
And it was wild too because like I started. He was the first one to give me your fried egg logo to start with because he was going to make you a
He knew there was
shifter
room for
knob. So
improvement.
like
Friday.
yeah. So before we knew each other, the vibe was already happening.
Huh, they're still saying you're low. I don't know. You
What?
guys- Ian and Heidi are low talkers. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Let me turn my little light up
Try
right.
recording them and they're low talkers.
This
I
thing
would
just
take a whole
changed.
day to have to do sound editing.
This thing just changed from blue to green again. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Wait.
Sometimes the microphones work awesome, and today they're being fussy.
Maybe that's that noise.
Yeah, because
that's
it
the
was
Now
noise
yours is
cancellation.
green.
Here.
and then it was green. I don't know.
I don't know.
And I have no mic. I have no microphone. I'm just yelling into Heidi's.
Yelling into space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so what else we got going on this week? Editing.
Yeah.
We'll have 2 videos up.
our life really does revolve around the weather now more so than ever because we can't leave our house if we get a ton of snow.
No.
So
Yeah.
before we could just walk into the backyard and
Yeah.
complain about the wind, but now we got a long drive.
Yeah, and we don't want to leave and then be gone because they will close the pass, and we have the dogs and the cats up there. So when the weather starts to get weird, I like to stay home because I don't want to leave the animals all by themselves. So
No.
Yeah, that's the transition from
Anyway.
the ranch to our other places. This spot is in the middle, and yeah, it's just a work zone.
Paul, I will put the link to the microphones in the description of the video for you because they are good. I don't know, they're being a little weird today, but I got the camera over there and I'm over here, so I can't sound at it today.
I'm a little weird today
Commercial.
also.
Look, somebody said I'm loud. Yes.
First time for
Because
everything.
I've been yelling at you to be loud.
Brian
Be
Valley is
loud.
asking, what was my first custom car? Actually, I'm going to ask you, Heidi, what was your first custom vehicle?
Ooh.
52 Ford Coupe.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and I remember the first rainstorm, and I took the suede laces off my moccasins and I tied them to the windshield wipers, and my friend held one end and I held the other, and we went
That old trick.
going down the road. Had to park it on a hill and pop the clutch. Yeah,
Right
that thing
on.
was badass.
Yeah, my first custom car was a Volkswagen Bug. I've told the story a billion times, so yeah. But definitely with the windshield wiper trick with
Oh,
the
yeah.
shoelaces. Yeah.
I didn't have a custom car until I got married to Ian.
Now you've got a badass buggy
now
too.
I have a buggy, a custom buggy, and then one day the Jeep.
Guy asked about Jamie's Jeep. If you'd like to give an update,
I
it's currently a clothes rack and a paint holder.
It's sitting at the house right now.
I think
in the garage.
We need to write a song, Jamie's Jeep. Yeah, so we could just like
Jeep.
sing it. Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those projects that eventually Ian will get finished. I don't know. We're just
I don't
kind
want to
of-
finish anything too soon, though. You don't want to get a reputation of finishing stuff.
Right,
You know?
right.
I need to keep lingering.
We really would love to see the Zephyr get on the road because it's just such a gorgeous car, and I know it's just one thing for me that I have found with the custom cars, and I guess why I'm starting to understand custom car culture is like each car in and of itself is special. So like the CJ, the civilian Jeep, it's 1947. Super cool story behind it because it's like the civilian Jeep that was made after the war. So it basically looks like a Jeep that won World War II, but it's outside. So like the body itself has a story, right? And you want to see that back on the road. But then like the Zephyr, we got it as a thank you.
It's got a
We still
story,
paid for
also.
the Zephyr, but it was because somebody had contacted Ian that was fellow desert people and really wanted to bring his dad out to the shop. That was his dad's like literally dying wish, was to meet Ian to come out to the shop. And Ian and I accommodated them because they're desert people, they're neighbors, and they came out. And then when he passed away, they wanted somebody that could carry on the Zephyr. So now it's like, oh, we gotta get the Zephyr on the road.
Yeah.
And then like the Volkswagen is just super cool, and I want to see that go to Moon Ice.
I would love to bring that to Japan. That would be next level. You
That
never
would be
know.
so amazing.
It would be. You never know, too.
But like the ultimate reward would be like Heidi, you know the story, like Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch, right? It's like a bunch of crazy creations that would hang out together. Imagine the Space Junkie 1, 1.5, the Johnny 5, and this new Bug. You know, they're all
That
the
would
same
be
clip.
dope.
Yes.
We're manifesting it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to Japan for that one. Hell yeah.
Got to get Mark Hayward involved and get that Johnny 5 back together. Johnny Jalape's been calling out for that. We're trying to make it happen.
And then the little Jewel, that was such a cool story. And that was in the beginning of the channel where I was still learning editing and how I wanted to edit and how I wanted to document, tell a story. So I'd love to see that one come to completion because I have a whole idea of how I would edit like the whole reveal. It'd be like very dramatic, you know, just very, yes.
I have visions of the trike that I've been stalking in your yard for years now too. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one's special.
Yep. Johnny Jalopy agrees. Johnny 5 needs to be alive.
Did somebody take it apart?
Yeah, there's a little story about that, but it was disassembled. Number 5 was disassembled and brought to Canada. Yeah.
Oh, they had to disassemble it to take it to Canada?
I think so. Not 100%. I mean, this is just rumor. I don't know.
No, Harley. Ian does not own Space Chunky. Chunky. No, where is Space Chunky 2 at? Isn't it in a private collection?
Yeah, it's in Las Vegas. Yeah, this fella, I don't know, money guy. He's got a whole collection of cool cars. If you ever heard of that, I think his name is Aaron Grote. I'm not 100%. Eric will know. Uh, it's called the Atomic Punk Bubble Top. You ever heard of that? He owns
Yes.
that one too. So
Oh, no
Space Junkie
way.
1, 2.0,
So
and
he's
that
like a
are-
bubble top collector.
I think he was just in a mood because he's got 2 of them. But he's
Oh,
got like a
that's neat.
Batmobile, you know, all the regular stuff.
What is that
Batmobile,
thing called? I wanna see a
Learjet,
picture
all
of
that
it.
stuff.
That sounds like a trip.
Search Atomic Punk Bubble Top Hot Rod.
Yeah, that thing's badass.
Plowboy Aaron Grote, unique coach's nose.
Ah, so it's this one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
one.
cool.
Yeah, that thing got all over the interwebs.
Hold on, that's not.
Super
Oh,
neat.
wait, yeah.
Oh, it went at Barrett Jackson.
No, there's no image though.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, on the big truck, have you thought of lifting the engine, David? I have thought of lifting the engine, but I don't want to. The whole thing is I want to create like this kind of mashup of the original stock chassis where the engine is, and then build off of that. I thought people mentioned build a whole chassis. Sure, could do that, but no, I want to make it a Frankenstein.
Oh, it's gonna be a beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David Letterman said, like when you're finished with a car, it looks sort of like an autopsy.
Good
I was like,
point.
exactly.
He
It's
did.
like when you're done with the car, it's like it goes to a whole different level of finish, but your job is like, yeah, you're the butcher. It's like, you got that.
Pretty much.
The laboratory.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny when he asked you about your hard of hearing, and then you go, "Excuse me," and he
Right.
goes, "Oh, you're quite the showman." That was so funny.
Yes. And as a friendly reminder to anyone welding, do not let the slag fall
Oh.
in your
Because you
head.
can lose your
No.
hearing for real.
It's nasty.
Safety first. We are very careful in the shop, even off camera. We're very careful because we like our eyes, we like our ears.
I'm falling apart. I had
Yeah.
a doctor's appointment. All the red flag. The referee in the doctor's office was
Funny.
throwing flags on every play. You can't do that. What are you doing?
But didn't Dave say you were charming or some sort
Well,
of?
I got that going for me,
Level
yeah.
of charming.
Very charming. Quite the showman.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so if you guys got any questions, we're gonna wrap this up. We've been here about 30-ish minutes.
Yeah, I gotta move a bunch of crap out of the shop and fix the
We're
door.
gonna go get tacos.
Yeah.
Tacos, yes.
Yeah, so just thanks for being here. We discontinued the memberships because we just didn't want to do them anymore.
Yeah, there's a whole thing
Um,
with YouTube, and Jamie's been incredibly successful following their sort of value list, right?
Mhm.
And they suggested doing memberships,
They
and
pushed me to do memberships.
we're having trouble. Well, we want to give the people,
Yeah.
$2.99's worth, right?
Yeah.
At least a cup of coffee's worth of information.
For those of you that were members of the channel and now we don't have memberships, but for those of you that supported us, we really appreciate it. We wanted to optimize the channel to help it move in the algorithm as much as possible, and that was just part of it.
Yeah.
But we just decided we just want to keep all custom content just free.
Yeah, we're not giving any less.
Yeah, we're
We're
not
trying
giving
to
any
bring
less.
everything. Yeah.
Still pumping out the content. But if you want to support us, buy merch because then you get something cool. It supports us. Really, that's the biggest thing is like the merch. We work so hard on it, Heidi and I, behind the scenes.
Yeah,
we
no,
do
these
so
two,
much
It's
talking
all happening.
about it, what it looks like, the fonts. She's so amazing with it. And so I would much rather you have a really cool T-shirt with Land Roussel on it than be a member of our channel.
Oh,
like-
and we also had a question about what's Lan Roussel. So- When you hear this in discussion, Lan Roussel is one of my top impersonators on Facebook. So we took the name back. It's seriously Lan Roussel. So don't pay attention to any of those scams. Our monster that Heidi and her friend created is named Lan from now on. So
Yes.
just to cover that.
Yeah, and if you are on Facebook, we do have a private Facebook group. It's the Full Custom YouTube community. It is run only by Ian and myself. Unique Coaches, you see him here in the comments. He's a moderator on the site. But that is the only group that we are associated with. We will never contact you to send us gift cards because you want a custom truck. And those scammers, like,
They're now taking screenshots from YouTube
Yeah.
and trying to use
yeah.
that. To
So they're,
be aware.
and that's also why we went private with it. So we're trying to keep our content just very private, other than YouTube, obviously, but on the social media, just keeping it a little bit more private so they have less to steal and it's easier to differentiate if you're following us, like what is true and what's not.
Mhm.
But never give out information on the interwebs like that. So, yeah.
We got
And-
someone from Indonesia watching. That's a first as far as I'm concerned.
No, they've been here before. I think.
Okay. Well, hello again.
You're
Indonesia.
always working.
Oh, that's
or
right.
coming, yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, and if you find a group and Ian asks you for how many likes can I get today, it's not him.
It's not
Yeah,
him.
it is not him.
That bugs Heidi so
It
much.
drives me
Because
nuts.
he's not the kind of person to ask people for likes and hellos and things like that.
Not
Although,
at all.
like,
Yeah.
please drop a like for this video, please.
Oh yeah, like this. Yeah,
Mhm.
like this lane, but those people, no.
Cool. Guys asking if we'd ever do a presentation at the Plane Crazy event on Saturday here at the airport. I don't know, maybe. I would love to know more about airplanes.
Oh,
Definitely.
like do a video.
I don't
That's a
know.
good idea.
Yeah, we'll see.
Plain
We
crazy.
are going to the Classic Burgers car show out in Ridgecrest this Saturday.
Coming up Saturday.
Unfortunately, Heidi has to go back to the East Coast, so she won't be there. But we'll be there. A bunch of really amazing people in the hot rod community will be there. So come on out. We're not appearing or anything. We're just going to be there hanging out.
And aside from the car show in general, and it's called Classic Burgers, it's actually the Mojave Heat sandwich that you're going to want to order.
my
It's
God,
a chicken
yes.
sandwich.
Yeah,
So
and
Yeah.
there's a brewery
never mind any of the
nearby,
other
too.
things going on there.
There's
Just
a
go for the
brewery.
chicken.
What is it?
Indian Wells Brewery's right up the street too.
Yeah.
Awesome spot.
Great local spot.
$3.95 either way,
Yeah.
coming down from Bishop or out of LA area.
Yeah. So in the Ridgecrest, the car show, all the proceeds benefit the local animal shelter where we've adopted Blue, Freya, and Toshi from.
Yes.
So we normally get our little fur babies from there. So it's a place. It's a car show close to our heart.
Yeah.
So
It's
come
a
on out.
good community car show.
Yeah,
Yeah, local,
It really is.
super
Crafty
local.
Kate, she does an amazing job putting it on. Dee Dee.
And the sign when
many
you're coming into
people.
Ingokern says something like 1,000,000 miles from anywhere or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. It's far out there, yet a lot of people show up. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right, we got people chiming in from all over the
Yeah, from
Denver, the
Ireland.
Texas,
Hi.
Ireland.
My dad, Pat from Ireland, thank you for saying hi. By the way, he's also a mechanic.
Cool deal.
Aw.
Mary Rose, I tried to read that in my best Irish accent.
Pat
Berserker
the big-
Garage is chiming in. You should check out that YouTube channel. I was Berserker Garage asked me a question, and I want to apologize a little for my short response. It was a question about SEMA, etc., and I had nothing to say, so I was just like, nah. He's like, all right, thanks for your time. The 3-letter response was nah, but I don't know anybody like in SEMA into the capacity that you were saying. We were invited to bring cars from 2 different companies, but that was a flash in the pan. I have no long-term relationships there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ian
I
and
think that's
Jamie are
it.
like super terrific, regular folks.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah,
Heidi.
great.
We love you.
Love
It's
you
been
guys.
wonderful having Heidi here. She hasn't been here. Well, it's been a couple years. We
Yeah.
saw you, but it was like out on the road,
Yeah.
and so she hasn't been here to the desert with us in a couple of years. So.
And I
the
got-
last time there was a great flood and she could not leave. It was a little
Happens.
different.
She was a little panicky, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
She was
But
like,
this time I got to have dog
And
pile.
it's windy.
Yeah. The wind is a whole other language. Oh.
Yeah. So for anything plastic or anything awesome sauce, we got a lot of interesting stuff
Yeah.
that we've collaborated on.
Designs,
Cool logos,
Yep,
designs.
She made this on
The
her
whole thing.
shirt.
yeah. If you ever come up with that, for anybody coming up with their shop or need a t-shirt design or a logo, love that kind of work.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's really good at it. She can
Yeah.
dial in to like what it is your vibe.
And creating for these guys is it's just so easy because it's just there. We come from the same sandbox.
And the evidence is in our next video. Stay tuned.
Watch
Yeah,
out.
stay tuned. So drop us a like. Remember what I said about the merch store today through next week. Use the word art, all capital. You get 10% off your order. We really appreciate. I've noticed that there's been an uptick on orders in the merch store because I finally figured out how to link up our Shopify with our YouTube. So now all that stuff is there. So we got to keep fresh art. I'll be getting new art in the store in the summer. I have some in the background that I'm working on, again, with Heidi.
The world is looking prettier, one merchandise sale at a time.
Exactly.
Everybody's stepping into the fashion.
One pink shirt at a time. We will take over the world.
And yeah, Brian, we're still watching Resident Alien. I think we're only in season 2.
Should that pillow be sitting on top of the heater like that?
Probably not.
It's fine.
Just a question from a fan.
It's fine. Just a question from a fan. The heater's down there, though.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I've been paying attention.
We have a
to it.
faux flame heater, and I was like, fire pillow? No, it's not.
And kudos to JB. Like, she is like some sort of informatic logistic genius.
I love it. It's, so much
It's
fun.
crazy. Like, my brain does not work that way, and I'm so grateful
But
yours
you
does.
see me on, I'm on the computer. I'm like,
Yeah.
all the things. So.
Hmm.
Anyway,
I guess that
Art
wraps
Man,
it
one
up.
more question for
Uh-oh.
both of you.
Here we go.
One more question. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. If you could have any car, what would you pick?
Wow.
Definitely not a Tesla.
Yes.
Cybertruck.
The Cybertruck.
Let's just leave it at that. Anything besides that for myself.
I want a badass trike. Like, let's go back to 60s style, like finned up. Yeah, I want a trike.
I want a bitchin' Camaro.
Bitchin' Camaro.
You're going to
bitchin'
get a
Camaro.
bitchin'
I
Camaro.
want a
I
bitchin'
ran over my
Camaro.
neighbor.
We have differing opinions on which is bitchinest. I like the 6970.
Yes,
That with the
yes.
split bumper in the front, Jamie.
I need a bitchin' Camaro so then I can have Heidi make me a logo that says bitchin' Camaro.
And then it'll have a little sound button so I can sing to you too.
Mhm.
Bitchin' Camaro.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm going to get up from this seat and turn down the live. And I like how everyone's sharing. So remember, like today's video. Please comment. We really appreciate you guys. We're back in the shop this week. We're getting busy again. Last week just it was a tough week.
Yeah.
Tough, good,
Yeah.
weird week.
A little emotional baggage was getting complicated. So Heidi and I worked on Little Jewel. It's right behind that wall. So stay tuned for that video. A couple days. Jamie's going to set it up.
And we popped some tires.
Bye, guys.
I drilled a hole through a tire full of air. Wait for that one.